When you think about reliable running shoes, Brooks usually pops up at the top of the list, right? But hold up, things are getting really interesting with the new Ghost 16. It's got some big changes this time around. Are Brooks keeping up their solid rep, or are we starting to see some cracks in the armor? We're about to dive deep and find out. We're mixing things up a bit with the order in today's video. Brooks has always been a champ at nailing those comfy uppers, but they've gone and switched things up on us this year. We'll circle back to that later in the video because there's something even juicier to talk about first. The midsole. Brooks really went for it with the midsole in the Ghost 16, changing up the heart of their all-time best seller. Didn't see that coming, did you? Neither did we. Let's kick things off by checking out what's new and if these changes are as exciting as they sound. The Brooks Ghost has long been the go-to jack-of-all-trades sneaker for those with an active lifestyle. Whether you're hitting the gym, taking a leisurely walk, or heading out for a jog, the Ghost is the pair you reach for every single time. Not sure what to put on? Well, I'll grab the Ghost. That's what I've come to learn by owning many Ghosts over the years. The much-loved Ghost 15 featured the DNA Loft V2 foam, a hit among everyone from running novices to seasoned marathoners. It was celebrated for its versatility, ideal for days when you need a reliable shoe for recovery runs or when you're stacking up those long-distance miles. It's been a solid alternative to the glycerin for folks who prefer a bit more connection with the ground, along with a peppier ride due to lower weight and a firmer midsole compared to the glycerin. But now, there's a twist in the tale with the new foam in town. Will the latest iteration maintain that delicate balance of cushion and responsiveness that we've come to rely on? Let's lace up and find out if the new foam in the Ghost 16 keeps up with its legendary lineage, or if it's charting a different path. But first, let's dive into the details of the Brooks Ghost 16 and get a bit geeky with it. This new edition swaps out the old DNA Loft V2 for the fresher DNA Loft V3 foam, and here's the kicker. It's infused with nitrogen. Now, if you've been keeping tabs on Brooks' lineup, you'll notice that nitrogen-infused foams are becoming a bit of a trend for them. Why? Because this type of foam starts as a liquid, then transforms into a gas within the production process, resulting in a midsole that's not only lighter, but remains plush and durable. These are exactly the kind of traits you want in a daily trainer that's supposed to handle a bit of everything. On the specifics of the build, the Ghost 16 boasts a heel stack of 36mm paired with a 4-foot stack height of 24mm. This setup gives it a total drop of 12mm. This kind of structure aims to balance comfort and control, ensuring a smooth transition from heel to toe during your runs, making it ideal for heel strikers looking for a reliable daily trainer with a touch of technical sophistication. If you have learned anything new so far, it only costs $100 to subscribe to our channel. I'm just kidding. You can subscribe to our channel and be a part of our running community here on YouTube, and it won't cost you a single penny. To get weekly updates from exciting new running gear to life-changing tips to make running easier and much more enjoyable every single time. Alright, what's new with the upper then? This time around, they've rolled out the engineered air mesh, which is all about nailing that perfect balance between stretch and structure while ensuring your foot stays snug. In the world of running shoes, marrying stretchiness with solid structure has always been a tricky game. Typically, super stretchy uppers feel awesome right off the bat, but tend to stretch out and lose their shape, compromising stability over time. On the flip side, when a shoe focuses heavily on a robust structure, you often end up sacrificing that comfy, glove-like feel. But Brooks isn't new to this challenge. They've been acing the upper game for a while, and if anyone's set to crack this code, it's them. So, did they pull it off with the Ghost 16? We'll get into that. But first, let's not skip over the outsole. Sticking with what works, the road track rubber on the Ghost 16 hasn't seen any major updates from its predecessor. And honestly, why mess with a winning concept, right? It's durable, it's grippy, and it's reliable. Everything you need for pounding the pavement. It's also versatile enough to handle some light trail action, as long as you're not venturing into anything too wild or muddy. Bottom line, it's one of the most dependable outsoles you'll find, and it keeps runners coming back. For those who dig a little deeper into the impact of their purchases, the Brooks Ghost 16 continues its eco-friendly streak as a certified carbon-neutral product, just like its predecessor. While this commitment doesn't tweak the shoe's performance, it shows Brooks' determination for an eco-friendly category. catalog. Now, let's get to the crux of the matter, the overall verdict on the Brooks Ghost 16. How does this sneaker really stack up when you're out pounding the pavement? Let's break it down. The good, the bad. First up, the outsole. As I've touched on, it's a real trooper. It's built to last, resisting the usual quick wear and tear seen in more speed-focused models, and provides solid traction that you can rely on, thanks to those deep grooves in the rubber. This makes the Ghost 16 not just a runner's shoe, but a dependable partner for those long, relentless miles. The question we asked ourselves with the upper: can Brooks, in contrast to most brands, produce an upper with both stretchiness and structure? Well, the answer is yes. It embraces your feet extremely comfortably and soft with great stretchiness, and the fit still feels as a Brooks upper usually does. Secure. The upper is breathable enough to keep my feet cool, yet it doesn't feel too porous or cold, which is great for running in different weather conditions. The fit feels great, with a well-padded tongue and ankle collar that enhance comfort right from the first step in. Additionally, the upper's design is simple yet elegant, contributing to the overall aesthetic of the shoe without compromising its functionality. This combination of comfort, breathability, and style makes the upper one of the highlights of the Ghost 16 for me. Additionally, there are some minor drawbacks from this part of the shoe. While the overall design is sleek and functional, some may find the aesthetic a bit plain or lacking in excitement compared to more visually striking shoes on the market. This isn't a major functional issue, but for runners who value style as well as performance, it might make the Ghost 16 less appealing. Despite these points, the upper is generally very well made and functional. It just might not meet everyone's preferences in terms of fit and style. So, let's have a talk about the midsole, which is one of the most interesting changes of this model. Brooks certainly delivered on their promise. It really stands out for its impressive qualities. Its nitrogen-infused compound, a detail that enhances the overall feel, making it soft yet responsive underfoot. I appreciate how it isn't mushy, yet it provides enough resilience to protect against impacts during my runs. This makes the shoe feel lighter than previous versions, which is a significant plus for daily wear. The DNA Loft V3 effectively mitigates road vibrations, allowing for a smooth transition throughout my gait cycle. Overall, the midsole strikes a perfect balance between comfort and performance, making it ideal for both casual miles and more demanding runs, for beginners as well as for seasoned runners. Yes, there are actually some drawbacks to the midsole of the Brooks Ghost 16 that you need to consider, particularly when it comes to its design and how it affects running dynamics. The 12mm drop, which is really high compared to many modern running shoes, can be a bit too aggressive for some runners. This high drop may not suit those who have a midfoot or forefoot strike, as it tends to promote a heel striking pattern. This aspect was particularly noticeable to me during uphill runs, where the geometry of the shoe felt more balanced and comfortable due to the natural leveling out of the incline. What is the most important takeaway then? Well, now we know that Brooks is very good when it comes to quality. What you buy is what you get, and in many cases, you get much more according to my personal experiences with the brand. We all know about the magic of the Ghost as well as its big brother, the Glycerin, and we know they create some of the best daily mile beaters on the market. But what happens when Brooks tries to compete with the best of the best in the super shoe arena? Can the Brooks Hyperion Elite battle it out with models such as the Vaporfly from Nike or the Saucony Endorphin Pro? You can simply click on this video right here to find out.